Nityananda,
Prabhu Nityananda,
Shri Advaita Gadadhara,
Shri Advaita Gadadhara,
Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda,
Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. So, today we are discussing Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 18, verse number 58, and this section is called Working in Pure Devotion. And Sri Krishna is instructing Arjuna out of great love and affection. And this verse which is under discussion today has two parts. The first part is acting in devotion and assurance by Sri Krishna for full success without any obstacle. And the second part, if we don't listen to the advice of Krishna or his representative and we act on our own, then we will always deviate from the right path. So now, Majjitta Sarva Durgani,
Majjitta Sarva Durgani,
Mada Prasada Tarishyati,
Madhvasada Tarishyati,
Athachetatvam Ahankaram,
Athachetatvam Ahankaram,
Nashrosyasi Vinakshasi,
Nashrosyasi Vinakshasi.
Majjitta Sarva Durgani. Majjitta is this word in Bhagavad Gita. Earlier you have heard this word somewhere.
Majjitta Madgata Prana.
Majjitta Madgat Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam. So in a second verse of the Chaturshloki Gita, this word Majjitta is. And same word here is Majjitta. Mad means Krishna is saying me. Chitta, when we say chitta, it has different meanings. Chitta means mind. Here it says mind. Chitta also means chetana, which means consciousness. So if Matta is speaking Krishna, and if Chit is consciousness, then this word will be Krishna consciousness, right? That's what actually Prabhupada has taken and purport, Krishna consciousness. So Mad Chitta means Krishna conscious. Mad stands for Krishna and Chitta stands for consciousness. Chetana. Right? Fixing your mind on me. This is the meaning of Mad Chitta. Fixing your mind on me. Other way to understand Mad Chitta, the another meaning of Chitta is Chitra. This is photo, right? Chitta also is called Chitra. Mad means Krishna. Chitra means his photo. If you keep Krishna's photo in your heart, it means you keep Krishna in your heart. That's actually what Krishna consciousness means. Always being conscious of Krishna means seeing Krishna within, without, everywhere. Actually, Madchitta is Radharani and gopis. They are called Madchitta. Because their mind is always fixed on Krishna and Krishna is fixed within their heart. Outside, inside, everywhere they see Krishna. Bahare, Bhitare, Krishna is Pure. So that's actually the meaning of Madchitta is not very simple, ordinary. You are fixing your mind on me. It's easy to say, but to really accomplish, like there's a one verse in Bhagavad Gita which a devotee remember first in life, and till the end he is not able to really live according to that verse. And what is that verse? Sarvabhauma. They memorize this first, until the end of life they never practice this. It's very easy to say something, but it's very difficult to practice. So Madchitta is also at that level. Madchitta and Manmana is same thing. If Manmana and Madchitta is same thing in one sense, then why there are two words? Why there is a Manmana and why there is a Madchitta? There must be subtle difference, right? Manmana is a little different than Madchitta. So Man and Chitta, earlier I used to say mind has two departments. One is information and other is photo gallery. Like mind has two departments. One is information, means all the different information, and other is photo gallery, all the different photos. In your mind, in our mind, we can see within different pictures, different incidents, there is information in story as well as their picture also. Well, a week back we have a nice feast and we honored kachoris. So this is information. Last week there was a feast. And then kachori, then you can see the kachori. The picture of kachori is also there. So this Madchitta is both ways, it's acting both ways. For gopis, Krishna, their mind is fixed on Krishna, they have given their mind to Krishna. They have given their mind to Krishna. And within their heart, they are always carrying Krishna. That is Madchitta. Madchitta Sarva Durgani. Sarva means all. Durgani, Dur means difficult. Durgam. Durgam means difficult path. Obstacles, difficulties, hurdles. That's called Durgani. Madchitta, if you think of me, if you become Krishna conscious, if you fix your mind on me, then Sarva Durgani, all the obstacles, you will cross over all obstacles. How? Mad Prasadat. Mad means me again, Krishna. Prasadat means mercy. Prasad means mercy. By my mercy, Mad Prasadat. Tarishyasi, cross over. Tarishyasi, you will cross over all. Durgani Tarishyasi. So this is the first half of the verse. The second half is Atha, otherwise. Atha Cheta, if on other hand. Tvam, you, Arjun, ahankaram, because of false ego or pride. Na shrosyasi, don't listen to me. Shrosyasi means servant. Don't listen to me. Vinakshasi, you will perish. So what is the meaning of the verse? Fixing your mind on me, you will cross over all obstacles by my mercy. If on the other hand you do not listen out of pride, you will perish. Balde Vidyabhushan's commentary is, thus, with consciousness fixed on me. See, he's saying, Matita, consciousness fixed on me. Consciousness fixed on me. Matchitta. So, Chitta means consciousness. Chetana. Me means Krishna, which means Krishna consciousness. By my mercy alone, mat prasadat, alone, you will cross over all sufferings of samsara. What is Durgani? Samsara, which means repeated birth and death. Which is difficult to cross, Sarva Durgani. You should not worry about this. This is Krishna is giving a sort of what? Assurance. And Krishna is saying, these are the lines Prabhupada has taken from Baldev Vidyabhushan's purport. I, Krishna, the friend of my devotee, will remove all of those sufferings, and I will give myself to that devotee. So these are the lines Prabhupada has taken in the purport. I, the friend of my devotee, devotee is in singular. I, the friend of my devotee, will remove all those sufferings and will give myself to that devotee. Thus, the method of practice. So this is a method of practice. An attainment for parinishta bhakti. Second candidate. Last night we were discussing three adhikaris. Sanishta, parinishta and nirpeksha. This is parinishta. It means he has not to practice the varna ashram dharma or the scripture injections, but he is doing it just to set the example. And also he is doing devotion along with that. So he is a parinishta bhakta. So this is the method of practice and attainment for parinishta bhakti. This is explained. But if you do not hear what I have said, out of thinking that you know what is to be done and what is not to be done. Ahankara. Ahankaran. Ahankaran means you think I know what to do and what not to do. Ahankaran. You will be deviated from your goal. Vinakshasi. Vinakshasi means you will be deviated from your goal. There exists no one other than I among living beings who knows what is to be done, who knows what is to be done and what is not to be done, who knows what is beneficial. This is the very bold statement, Krishna. There exists no one other than I. Nobody knows what is to be done and what is not to be done and what is beneficial. So what I am saying, this is the final word. If you don't listen, then you will always be confused and deviated from your goal. No one than I know what is to be done and what is not to be done and what is beneficial. Krishna is saying boldly this is statement, no one else knows. Now, Srila Prabhupada's purport. A person in full Krishna consciousness, Mizmatita, is not unduly anxious. Anxious means anxious for obstacles. Durgani. About executing duties of his existence. A person in full Krishna consciousness is not unduly anxious about executing the duties of his existence. So what are the duties of one's existence? I have to exist. So I need
Money,
food,
bodyguard,
I need shelter,
money,
I need home, I need money, whatever. I need facilities, I need comforts.
job.
For that I work, right? So the person in Krishna consciousness should not be anxious about this. What about you? Are you anxious about this? Huh?
There is more than.
Srila Prabhupada has another purport in 10th canto, 2nd chapter. 10th canto, 2nd chapter, where Srila Prabhupada writes, we have hundreds of devotees having no fixed occupation or income. He writes, but they are opulently maintained by Krishna. You go and find out this purport in 10:2, 2nd canto, 10th canto, 2nd chapter. I don't know exactly what's right now. But definitely there is a very bold purport that hundreds of devotees having no fixed income are residents, but they are opulently maintained by Krishna. So devotee should not be anxious about his duties for existence. Srivas is a devotee, right? And Panchatattva is a devotee. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, you are a grasta. You are not doing you are not executing any duties for your existence. You have no fixed income, you are not doing business, you are not doing any service. How you will be maintained? And what is the answer by Srinivas Acharya? Krishna will provide. And then Mahaprabhu said, if he is not providing today, then he said, I will fast. Tomorrow, Krishna will provide. If you don't provide, I will fast. Third day, Krishna don't provide then I will jump in Ganga. Mahaprabhu said, it's not possible that Lakshmi can be beggar. But if it happens that Lakshmi can become beggar, it can happen. But for you devotee, there will be no scarcity of anything. This is the assurance given by Mahaprabhu. This is an assurance given by the Mahaprabhu to Srivas Thakur. That Lakshmi may be beggar, but you will never have lacking anything needed for you. So, a person in full Krishna consciousness is not unduly means duly he should be anxious, not unduly anxious about executing the duties of his existence. The foolish cannot understand this great freedom from all anxiety. Foolish cannot understand this great freedom from all anxiety. In other words, we are all fools because we have this anxiety, right? Actually, we are all fools according to this line because we have anxiety, right? Now, Prabhupada is, when I read this purport, this is Srila Prabhupada's personal realization. What he writes now, for one who acts in Krishna consciousness, Madchitta, Lord Krishna becomes the most intimate friend. This was Baldev Vishan's commentary. Krishna becomes friend. Prabhupada has written one word more extra. Lord Krishna becomes most intimate friend. And then, he always look after his friends' comfort, not needs. He look after his friends' comfort. What do you think? Not need comfort. There's a difference between need and comfort. Opulently maintained. Krishna look after his friend's comfort, and he gives himself to his friend, who is devotedly engaged working 24 hours a day to please the Lord. So Srila Prabhupada was 24 hours engaged in pleasing Krishna, so Krishna was opulently maintaining Srila Prabhupada. And then now Srila Prabhupada was giving Bhagavatam class, and he said, I started this movement with 40 Indian rupees, and today after 10 years we have 40 million worth of property in the world. No businessman can accomplish this thing. So Krishna is opulently maintaining and looking after the comfort of his devotee. What comfort Prabhupada? As Prabhupada was sitting in his garden in Vrindavan, some devotee, he flew from England and brought the morning offered Bal Bhog sweet to Prabhupada. In the morning it was offered in England, and in the evening it reached to Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, in British time, Jawaharlal Nehru's father Motilal Nehru was engaging a British employee with a 5 times more salary to show that he is my servant. And Prabhupada said, I am not paying a penny, but there are hundreds of foreign servants, and they are bringing the prasad cooked in England in the morning, in the evening to me. So, this is comfort, opulently maintained. So, these lines are Prabhupada's personal realization, and they are taken from Baldev Vidyabhushan's commentary. You can see we have read that commentary already, right? There the word friend is there, and he gives himself is there. He gives himself, this statement is in Bhagavatam, 10th canto. Talk between the Rukmani Devi and Krishna. Where Krishna is saying, Rukmani, well, I cannot be king because we Yaduvansis cannot rule. Why you married me? There Rukmani is saying, other kings can provide the facilities and comfort, but you can give yourself to your devotee. Rukmani is saying this statement. So this statement is given by a most bona fide consort of Sri Krishna, that Krishna gives himself to his devotee. What is the example? That Krishna gives himself to his devotee, Arjuna. Krishna has given himself to Arjuna as a chariot driver. A vivid example, Krishna gives himself to his devotee. Krishna has given himself to Srila Prabhupada when he was rowing the boat Jalduta after 2 heart attacks. Prabhupada has this dream that Krishna is now rowing the boat and there's no more any hurdle. So Krishna is giving himself to his devotee. And all the devotees will have this experience in life, maybe very short. Otherwise, nobody can continue devotional service. So Krishna is so merciful, he gives a little experience to all the devotees, sometime, somewhere. Maybe in Prasad, maybe in a Kirtan, maybe in some class, maybe in some book. But he always gives, like he gave this to Narad. After serving the Bhakti Vedanta for 4 months, and after the mother was beaten by a snake and he was traveling, then he had that experience, he saw Krishna. And then this it disappeared. Because what was the reason given there?
He wanted
Apakwa, Kashmalaya. Because you are not mature. And there's some still contamination. So we all have this. So it's not that we can have that experience regularly. But everybody will have that small glimpse that Krishna gives himself to his devotee. He always look after his friend's comfort, okay? Therefore, now Prabhupada is concluding, therefore, no one should be carried away by the false ego of bodily concept of life. What it means? It means I can do myself and maintain myself. There's no need of Krishna. This is false ego of bodily concept. I can earn. I will make the project. No. Therefore, one should not be carried away by false ego. What is the false ego? I can do. What is to be done, I know. And what should not be to be done, I know. That's false ego. But Krishna says, except me, nobody knows this. It means if we think I can do this, therefore, even when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami, Srila Prabhupada was asked, Gurudev Prabhupada, when are you coming? He never said, I will come. His answer used to be, if Krishna so desire. Never use word, I will do this, Krishna so desire. It means I don't know what to do and what not to do. Krishna will guide me what to do and what not to do. Or his representative will guide me what to do and what not to do. If I think I will do what I want to, it means it is false ego. Now, Srila Prabhupada's first further purport. One should not falsely think himself independent of laws of material nature are free to act. What it means? It means everybody is under the influence of 3 modes of material nature. At the most, he may be in mode of goodness. But mode of goodness is also bondage. So one should not falsely think himself independent of laws of material nature, which means the influence of 3 modes of material nature, are free to act. Free to act, when you read this one line, then think about 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where the last 2 verses, 16th chapter, last 2 verses. Well, I'm asking you a question. What is the difference between demon and devotee? What is the criteria for calling somebody demon and somebody devotee? What is the criteria?
one who aligns or obeys the laws of God.
One obeys the laws of God. And where are the laws of God?
Scriptures.
Scripture. Those who follow the rules and regulations of Scripture, they are devotees. And one who does not follow is demon. This is the one criteria. The other criteria in Padma Purana is Vishnu Bhakta Sura Tad Vipriya Asura. Those who are devotees of the Vishnu, they are demigods, or Sura, or the Devata. And those who are against those who are not Vishnu Bhakta, they are Asura. What do you think? On the planet there are more Asura or Sura? Asura. Right? So this is a criteria. What's there in 16th chapter?
Yes, Shastra Vidhi.
Shastram vidhim utsarjaya yajante
Vartate kamakarata.
Vartate kam karna siddhim apanoti na sukham na param gatim. Right? So if you feel I can act freely, it means you are going against Shastra. Shastram vidhim utsarjaya means not following the rules and regulations of Shastra. And vartate kamakarataha, acting according to the freely act. This when you see free act, this word exactly you quote that verse. Then you can understand what is the meaning of free act. You are acting independent of the scripture, rules of the scripture. He is already under strict material laws. It means everybody is under strict material laws. But as soon as he acts in Krishna consciousness, he is liberated, free from the material perplexities. Free from the material perplexities. What it means. But as soon as he acts in Krishna consciousness, which means devotion. Devotion means Bhakta, Bhagavan and Bhakti. Bhakta, devotee. Bhagavan, Krishna. And Bhakti, devotion. They are beyond material modes of nature. They are not governed by the material modes of nature. They are under the jurisdiction of Devim Prakriti. Mahatmanas tumam parat devim prakritim ashritaha bhajante ananya manaso gyatva bhutadim avyayam. Why they will not? Why they are liberated? Because they are now under the jurisdiction of internal potency rather than external potency. And therefore there are no material perplexities. One should note very carefully, one should note very carefully that one who is not active in Krishna consciousness is losing himself in material whirlpool, in the ocean of birth and death. This is material perplexity. The next line, which now we are reading, is a material perplexity. So without Krishna consciousness, nobody can go beyond the material perplexities, which means birth and death. It means everybody is tossing in the whirlpool of this material world. No conditioned soul actually knows what to be done and what is not to be done. Very simple. Only Krishna knows. That's what we read in a purport by Baldev Devotion. So now Prabhupada is concluding the same line. No conditioned soul, it means liberated soul may know. No conditioned soul actually knows. He thinks I know, but he actually don't know. No conditioned soul know what is to be done and what. This is a complete sentence. I am reading the sentence. No conditioned soul know what is to be done and what is not to be done. But why actually word is put there? This word actually sometimes Prabhupada, but one who is actually initiated. Prabhupada writes, one who is actually initiated in nectar of instruction. He used word, the sentence is complete, one who is initiated. But one who is actually initiated. Why the word actually is written? Because there are many devotees are initiated, but one who is actually acting according to the vows which he is commenting. So actually knows. He think I know, but actually he don't know. But a person who acts in Krishna consciousness is free to act because everything is prompted by Krishna. Prompted by Krishna means? Sanctioned by Krishna and prompted. Prompted means actually mat pravartate. Prompted means mat pravartate. Where is this verse mat pravartate? What I am saying? The verse Matchitta verse before Matchitta verse. Matchitta verse. What was Matchitta Madhvat Prana before that? Mat sarvam pravartate. Pravartate means everything is acting according to my instruction or direction. So prompted by Krishna from within. Prompted by Krishna within means Krishna acting as a Chaitya Guru, super soul. Prabhupada, and confirmed by a spiritual master. External manifestation of Krishna, a spiritual master. So nobody knows what to do and what not to do. So Krishna conscious person knows two ways. This is a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita which says, Maya Mugdha Jivera Nas Naya Swata Krishna Gyan. Krishna Kripa Kila Diya Ved Puran. Three ways Krishna is helping the Krishna conscious devotees. Those who are Matchitta, they are helped three ways by Krishna. First way, he appears as a Vyasadeva and gives the scripture. Second, he accompanies as a Chaitya Guru, super soul guide from inside. And third, he acts as a spiritual master and saintly person from outside. So these are the three ways he guides the Krishna conscious person. Personally, as a super soul, through scripture, and through saintly people and a spiritual master. So Srila Prabhupada is putting this Krishna from inside and outside as a spiritual master and scripture itself. Three things will help a Krishna conscious person to act what to be done and what not to be done. And this is the theme actually of whole Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna was not knowing what to do and what not to do. He was completely confused what to do and what not to do. So whole Bhagavad Gita, this is the foundation of Bhagavad Gita. That even Arjuna was not able to know what is not to do and what is not to do. And what was the qualification of Arjuna? He was in Dwapar Yuga. He was a friend, personal friend of Krishna. He was a great warrior of the time. And he was a very reputed person. But he was not knowing what to do and what not to do. What about us? So he took the advice from Krishna what to do and what not to do. Directly. And Bhagavad Gita is that advice. So it means for us what to do and what not to do, the guide is Bhagavad Gita. To understand Bhagavad Gita, we need the spiritual master. And for these two accomplishments, if we are sincere, if we want to do that, then Krishna from within will provide both facilities. Krishna as a super soul This is a methodology or phenomena or a procedure. If you desire to do right thing and to pray Krishna, and then he is within your heart and he can smell your desire without even your knowing. And the example given in one purport of Bhagavad Gita is nearness to the flower you can smell without touching the smell of the flower. So whatever is a desire in our heart, Krishna within our heart can smell that, knows that. Now Krishna is also in the heart of a spiritual master. He will prompt him that go and guide this person because he wants to meet me. So if we have a sincere desire to become Krishna conscious, to become Madchitta, then Krishna within our heart as a Paramatma, as a super soul, will give us a right book at a right time and a right person at a right time to guide. He arranged that. Because he is in the heart of every living entity. And he acts through that medium. So, this is the end of the purport by Srila Prabhupada on this verse. Any question or comment? Mat chitta sarva durgani mat prasada tarishyati. If you become Krishna consciousness, then my mercy, Krishna says, you will overcome all the obstacles. And these obstacles, Srila Prabhupada has categorized two levels in the purport. One level is necessities for the existence, and other level is to be free from repeated birth and death. So Durgani is two levels in a purport. One level is we should not be anxious about our existence. It means our necessities will be, a comfort will be provided by Krishna. And the second is one will be free from repeated birth and death. And third is Krishna guide from inside and help from outside as a spiritual master what to do and what not to do. So this is the meaning of Sarva Durgani and Prasada. What is the Prasada of Krishna? Prasad is, what is his blessing? You get a spiritual master right to guide you. He help from inside and he provide you scripture. This is Mat Prasada. And Durgani two levels. Atachet tvam ahankaram, if you think I know what to do and what not to do, which means bodily concept. Nashryosyas, it means you don't listen to me. Listen to me means you don't listen to scripture. Vinakshasi means misguided and miss the goal. And what is the goal? The goal is to go back home, back to God, and you will miss that. And what is the verse before that? Chetasa sarva karmani mai samyasya mat paraha buddhi yogam upashrita mat chitta satatam bhava. This verse also has the word buddhi yogam. So by now we know one more verse buddhi yogam, 1857. Right? Chetasa. Sarva karmani, all your activities with consciousness. Mai sanyasa, leave unto me. Sanyasa means leave. Unto me. Matpara, take my shelter. Matpara is devotional. Buddhi yogam, and be situated in buddhi yoga, which means devotions. Upasharta takes shelter of Buddhi Yoga. Madachitta, same word, will continue in next word. Madchitta, become Krishna conscious. Satatam Bhava. Satatam Bhava means remember me always while doing your action and at all other times. Satatam, always, every time. So, offering all your activities to me, making me your only goal of life, Matpara, taking shelter of Bhakti Yoga with fixed intelligence, Buddhi Yogam Upashrita, remember me always while doing your action and all other times, Matit Satam Bhava. Offering your all activities to me, making me your only goal of life, taking shelter of Buddhi Yoga, remember me always while doing your action. Matchitta Satatam Bhava. Any other verses coming in your mind when you read this? Remember me always while doing your action. That is the Mahavakya of Bhagavad Gita in 8th chapter. Mahavakya of Bhagavad Gita. What is that? Mam anusamar yudhyacha. Tasvat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusamar yudhyacha. This verse is 2 times in 8th chapter. The other time is yoga yukto bhava arjun. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu yoga yukto bhava arjun. First it says tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusamar yudhyacha. And the next time it says tasmat sarveshu kaleshu yoga yukto bhava arjun. Is the last but one verse somewhere there. The same, exactly same verse. Yoga yukto bhava means buddhi yogam upashrita. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu yoga yukto bhava arjun. Is a half verse. The last part of the verse is said.
9th Shruti Partha.
Naiti Shruti Partha.
Janam Yogi Muhyati Kasha.
Nati Partha Janam Yogi Muhyati Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Yogi Yukto Bhava Arjuna. Right. What is verse 8?
27.
27. Okay. Any question or comment?
Thank you. Prabhu, here Krishna is saying that if you don't listen me, you will be damned. And then later he says, Yathaichasi tata kuru. So is there really a choice for Arjuna?
Yeah, later he says, what he says later is, now he says if you don't listen to me, then you will be lost. You will miss your goal. Then he will say, I have told you all in detail what is to be done and what is not to be done. Now, vimarshe e aseshena. The word is vimarsha aseshena. Aseshena means don't leave anything behind. Sesh means left hand. It means complete. Asesh means complete. Completely you deliberate on what I have told you. Then vimarshe aseshena yat ichhasi tata kuru. Then you do whatever you like. What actually it means, I think yesterday I was speaking somewhere. When the word is like athachetatvam, if the word is if, it means he loves us. He gives us independence to choose what we like. So Srila Prabhupada says, love cannot be without independence. We have a small independence to act To love Krishna or not to love Krishna, it cannot be imposed on us, but it is free will. So free will is necessary for love. So he has given us what is to be done and what is not to be done. Now we have to act free, use free will, either to abide by Krishna or not to abide by Krishna. That is our free will. Otherwise there is no love. So for a person who loves you, he always gives you a free will. But when Krishna says, do whatever you like to do, then what Arjun said? That you remember what Arjun said? Karishyata vachna. Said, Karishyata vachna, I do whatever you say. So it means Arjun was reciprocating to Krishna in love, and he was doing what Krishna wanted him to do. Therefore, Prabhupada says we have to accept Bhagavad Gita as Arjuna has accepted. Karishyata vachanam, and then what Krishna said? That's a purport by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur to this verse. Krishna says that take your Gandiv and fight. He said, do it. That's the answer given by Krishna. Take your Gandiv and fight. It means what he was not doing earlier, now he has to do. Because Krishna knows what is to be done and what is not to be done. He was thinking, I should not do it, but Krishna wanted that he should do it. And it was beneficial for Arjuna. But Arjuna was not able to understand this. I think here, this next verse will be, Arjuna will ask, how you know that I will do this even? The next verse, the verse next will come next Saturday, I think. No? You have this verse every Saturday? No. This class is? This class is every Saturday, something like that? No. Why you selected this verse today? Just that. Super soul guidance. This is the one verse which I like very much because Prabhupada is, if the devotee really, Krishna look after the comfort of the devotees and he gives himself to his, he become intimate friend. I meditate on this verse, it is Prabhupada's personal realization, and the devotee who really focus on this, then all the problems are automatically solved. Very simple, practical purport for us to completely depend upon Krishna. Because next verse will say, even if you don't listen to me, then your nature will force you to fight. Because now you are asking me, I don't want to fight, then I will turn your chariot around, and then Duryodhana and Dushasana will say, hey, coward is going. At that time your Kshatriya spirit will make you to fight, and you will fight. I am not responsible for that. Then you are responsible. Arjuna said, how you know I will fight? Arjuna asked, how you know I will fight? He said, I am in your heart as a Paramatma yanta rudhani maya. I know what you will do. And then Krishna will take an opportunity to still taste Arjuna whether what level he is at the surrender. He said, Tamev sharanam gat sarvabhavena bhata. Take shelter of that super soul. Who will make you to fight? He said, I don't know if that super soul or my mind. So I'm not satisfied with that. So then Krishna will come to give the most confidential knowledge again. He said, because you are very dear to me, therefore I am giving you this knowledge. And Chakravarti Pad writes the comment, I am breaking my promise. Krishna says, I am breaking my promise. I promise I will not give bhakti to anybody myself, because then I will give to all or give to none. I am breaking my promise and giving you bhakti because I love you. Otherwise, bhakti has to be given by devotee. I never give bhakti. I am breaking my promise. I am giving you the direct devotional. Man mana bhavat bhakto madhyari mam namaskru maveshtesi satyam priyojani satyam.
Pratijane priyo.
Pratijane means promise. Again, Krishna, Arjuna will look at Krishna. You are always speaking lie. But the thief in whole Vrindavan always were speaking lie. Krishna says, no, I promised you, I am your friend, I am not speaking lie at all. This is the purpose. Chakravarti Pal has written this inside in this, where he said, Sarvabhauma paritejamam ekam sharanam vraja. Krishna was shaking at Kurukshetra. Vraja. Vrindavan. Only the devotee in Vrindavan are Sarvabhauma Pariteja. They are the devotees of the class of Sarvabhauma Pariteja. Only Vrajavasis are Sarvabhauma Pariteja. They can give up everything for Krishna. It's not outside people can really act as a Sarvabhauma Pariteja. Gopis were of class of Sarvabhauma Pariteja. They were given all Kula Dharam, Jati Dharam, all the Dharma, then came to Krishna. They are Sarvabhauma Pariteja. So Krishna was thinking Vraja, when he said Vraja, he was really thinking this. I'm speaking this, but this is only the Brajamasis are of this caliber devotee. Man Mana, they are the only devotee. Because Krishna says, Man Manaska, Mad Artha Tekt Jivita. Udhava, gopis have given their mind to me. Man Manaska, they are giving their mind to me. Mad Tekt Jivita, they cannot live without me. So these are the only Brajavasis which are at that level. So this is the devotion which Krishna is speaking to Arjuna is the highest devotion, Param Dharam. The highest Dharam is speaking Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna. Any other question or comment? Yes, Prabhu.
We read scriptures, friend. So a lot of instructions or what to be done, what to be not done, all that is mentioned in the scriptures. But it remains as information. We know what to be done, what not done. But to practice, there comes the difficulty. So how do we bring what we know, what to be not to be done, into action?
Very good question. Actually, we know what to be done and what not to be done, but it's still our nature will not allow us to act according to the scripture. It is our nature. And how nature is formed? By three modes of material nature. Where three modes of material nature act on subtle body. And that subtle body we are carrying from many lifetimes. So the impression on the subtle body of the different modes of material nature that make our subhav, our nature. Subhavas tu pravartate. It is our nature which actually prompts us to do something. Even if we come to devotion, our nature is still act. So it's very difficult really to change nature. Therefore, Shaknosi Shorum Prak Sarir Vimokshanat. As long as we have this body, we should tolerate.
But we will get another body.
This whole verse says, Shaknoti Yashorum Prak Sarir Vimokshanat Kam Krodha Udbhavam Vegam Yukta Yasukhi Nara. The one who is connected with me, he will be happy. He will not be carried away by the wave of calm and growth. So this calm and growth these are our nature, coming from Rajogun. So it is actually mode of passion which is not allowing us to follow the rules of scripture. Therefore, primarily we have to come to the mode of goodness. Then we can have a desire for knowledge. And knowledge comes from the scripture. So primarily Prabhupada wanted that the devotee should come to the level of goodness. For goodness, after goodness we can transcend the other modes. So in goodness we know what to do and what not to do. But if we are below goodness, whole Bhagavad Gita says you have to give up the mode of passion and ignorance. You always be situated in goodness and then transcend that. So our not acting according to the scripture is because of what? Nature which is prompted by a mode of usually passion and sometimes ignorance. Our nature is made by three modes of material nature. And not of one life, it's many lifetimes. Because they act on subtle body. Three modes act on subtle body. And then they make our subhav, our nature. And it's this subhav actually. It's not this soul, it's not this super soul. It's our nature which forces us to do. Subhavastu pravartati. The fifth chapter, these are the verse 13, 14 of fifth chapter. Hare Krishna. Matchit sarvadurvani mat prasada tarishasi achetvam amkaram nashrosyasi nakshasi. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bhagavad Vani Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Jai Gaur Premanand.